Good morning, TOC family. I am filled right now at this moment with all the love that you have just shown my way, and I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And Reverend V, I guess you must be proclaiming something by calling me doctor. Maybe it's time for me to get out of retirement and go back to school and get my PhD in something, I guess. Thank you for that proclamation. So this morning, we are going to take another step into our journey. So I'm going to go to my official script and say, Good morning, beloved TOC. You, my actively human family and friends. Thank you again for this opportunity to share another experience with you this morning. We have been walking heavy and working hard in this space. The weight feels heavy because empire has its foot on our neck and has been trying to keep us weighed down with its anxiety and desperate last grab for authoritarian power. Empire has been trying to keep control of its narrative history, his story. But the resistance in our collective soul was built for this moment, and we are using new vocabulary, new grammar, a new noun, our story, to keep telling the story of our shared humanity in an actively human way. Please join me for a moment of prayer. Ixiaber, Father, Mother, God, Spirit of the living universe, meet us in the inner chamber, the space before speech, before action, before his old story and our story. Light the lamp within us, that we may see what is being revealed. Let fear fall. Let truth rise. Let love govern. Ashe. This is week 3 of our 4-part series. Our theme today, the inner apocalypse, awoke revelation. The sermon title today is I'm woke and I can't go back to sleep because I'm working with the book. And let's take for a subtitle, Freedom, Power, and the Awakening Within. Revelation begins with choice. Some of us were taught the book of Revelation is about the end of the world. Fire and brimstone, judgment and fear, being left behind when the rapture comes. But apocalypse does not mean destruction. It means unveiling, the lifting of illusion, the fall of falsehood, the end of the big lie. So hear it again. Baby, it ain't the end of the world. It's just the end of the big lie. Revelation begins when someone chooses. Before Babylon falls, somebody must wake up. Before truth rises, somebody must decide. And this is where we began. I choose, not moral drift, not the anxietarchy's fear, not even his old hysterical scripts. Choice is the birthplace of awakening. Choice is the first act of freedom. But where does choice happen? Not in the crowd, not in noise, not in spectacle. It happens in the quiet interior chamber, like the one in Rosa Parks' aria, when they ask me to stand, will I? The space where choice is born. The sacred inner womb where fear and courage meet. And revelation whispers there, not shouts. 7 lamps burning in the chest of humankind. Courage, truth, love, justice, mercy, memory, hope. When these lamps ignite, you cannot go back to sleep. This is the inner apocalypse. Now we must go deeper, because every unveiling exposes what empire tried to hide. Empire taught God looks like domination. Divinity looks like power. Light belongs to the oppressor. But revelation restores truth. Blackness is divine reflection. The womb is dark. The soil is dark. The cosmos is dark. Creation began in darkness. Life begins in blackness. So when revelation awakens, it can be an emotional experience. Last week, when we were in the House chamber listening to Governor, Mayor, President V. Obama Jones's State of Mind address, it got emotional for many of us. That happens when identity is restored, sacred worth returns, and the emotion can be overwhelming when the hidden image finally rises. And Babylon trembles whenever the oppressed remember who we are. Hear the word. Babylon's fallen, honey. Baby, Babylon is not only a city. Babylon is a system. Greed without humanity. Religion without love. Power without truth. Babylon falls whenever truth is spoken. Humanity awakens. Fear loses its throne. Love refuses silence. You cannot build heaven on Babylon's foundation, because heaven is not location. It is a renewed mind, consciousness transformed. Freedom and power are the pathways of the actively human. Now hear this. Freedom is not an idea. Power is not domination. Freedom and power are practiced ways of living, and the path is both communal and personal, structural and spiritual, outer and inner. So hear this spiritual interpretation of wisdom from a disciplined practitioner of what it means to be awake and living actively human. Stacey Abrams, lawyer, state representative, and voting rights activist from the state of Georgia. And let me say, former state representative. She stands as one who responds, not reacts. to what we might call the anxietarchy's steady march toward autocracy. In the face of that movement, she offers us a counterpath, 10 steps to reclaiming our freedom and power. For the next few minutes, we will walk through my interpretation of Abrams's steps alongside 10 personal codes for living actively human. Together, this forms a living framework for conscious choice, moral courage, and liberated presence. This moment does not stand alone. It rises along the arc of the messages we have shared in recent months. Dr. Braxton guiding us through Dr. King's call to remaining awake through a great revolution. Jesse Jackson Jr. reminding us of the unfinished work of a more perfect union. These are not just words from the past. They are just a few of the living resources we have had placed in our hands here at TOC for such a time as this, to help us wake up if we are not already awake. Freedom begins with participation. Show up. Stand present in your own humanity. Personal code. Be present. Do not sleep through your own life. Freedom requires access. Justice must be reachable. Our voices must be heard. Personal code. Honor human dignity in yourself, in others, in all. Truth must be spoken even when it trembles in your mouth. Personal code. Live in truth. Illusion is the first prison. Power is built long-term, not in moments, but in movement. Personal code. Choose consciously. Do not drift. Do not surrender your agency. Freedom grows in community. No one awakens alone. Personal code. Practice compassion. We rise together or not at all. Leadership is collective. Power shared is power multiplied. Personal code. Create. Do not only resist. Build the alternative, the world you wish to inhabit. Hope is not optimism. Hope is discipline. Work done despite fear. Personal code. Persist. Empire depends on your exhaustion. Do not give it your surrender. Democracy must be protected because freedom cannot breathe without it. Personal code. Seek justice, not revenge, not domination, justice. Change is possible, but never automatic. Personal code. Transform the self. The outer world shifts when inner consciousness awakens. And the final code, the seal of the actively human life. Personal code. Live in love. Love as courage, love as truth, love as power. Because freedom without love becomes chaos. Power without love becomes empire. But love, rooted in truth, becomes awakening. And this is the revelation. Freedom is not granted. Power is not seized. Awakening is lived. So stand on it. Stand in it. Walk in it. Become it. Listen, Armageddon ain't a battlefield. It's the fight inside your chest. Fear versus love. Illusion versus truth. Empire versus humanity. Whenever you choose love, Babylon cracks. Whenever truth rises, the seals open. Whenever humanity awakens, the Lamb stands. So hear the final unveiling. Not destruction, not doom, not escape. Awakening. You chose. You entered the inner chamber. You saw the divine reflection. And now, revelation. Child, the world ain't ending. It's just waking up again. Amen. Amin. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.